Hello everyone, welcome to the class of mathematics. Today we are going to discuss about the fractions and why do we use them. To understand the fractions better, let us relate these fractions to the real world. Suppose there are two siblings and father comes home and gives 6 apples to those siblings and asks them to divide these apples equally. So what they will do now, they will divide those 6 apples by 2 as there were only 2 siblings. After dividing that 6 by 2, they will get 3 apples each. That means half of the apples to one sibling and half of the apples to the other sibling. To understand this better, we can say that fractions are a part of whole. And to understand this more better, we can take the example of a circle. Suppose if I have drawn the circle like this and divided this circle into 4 equal parts like this and shaded one part of the circle, and if someone questions me that how much part is shaded in this circle, so I can say 1 out of 4. Similarly, if someone asks me how many are unshaded part there, then we can say that 3 out of 4. As we can see here, 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 parts which are unshaded in this whole circle. To represent this shaded and unshaded part in mathematics, we use fraction. As 1 out of 4 means 1 divided by 4 like this, and 3 out of 4 means 3 divided by 4 like this. Let's look at the fraction 1 by 4. Here this 1 is the numerator. This 1 is the numerator and this 4 is the denominator. And this divide line, this line which is showing here is the divide line. So we can say like the number which is above that divide line is the numerator and below this divide line is the denominator. Now we are done with this fraction part, like what are denominators and what are numerators. Now we will discuss about the types of fractions. Types of fractions. Basically, there are 3 types of fraction. Number 1, proper fractions. Proper fractions. Number 2, improper fractions. Improper fractions. And number 3, mixed fractions. Mixed fractions. Now we will look at the first type of fraction, that is proper fractions. Proper fractions are those fractions where the numerator is less than the denominator. Suppose if I take the example of 3 by 5, here 3 is less than 5. That means numerator is less than the denominator. We can take another example like 5 by 8. Here 5 is less than 8. That means numerator is less than the denominator. So these types are proper fractions. Now we will talk about the improper fractions. In improper fractions, numerator is greater than the denominator. For example, 13 by 7. Here 13 is greater than 7. That means numerator is greater than the denominator. We can take the another example like 15 by 4. Here we can see 15 is greater than 4. That means numerator is greater than the denominator. So these are the examples of the improper fractions. Let us talk about the third type of fractions now, that is mixed fractions. Actually, mixed fractions has a combination of whole and a part. Let's take an example of this fraction like 13 by 7. This 13 by 7, I mean here 13, that is numerator, will be divided by the denominator, that is 7. And upon dividing, like 7 ones are 7. If we will subtract this 7 from 13, we will get 6. Here 6 is the remainder, and 1 is the quotient. So how we will convert it, I mean how we will write it now, we will write this 1 as a whole and this 6 that was remainder as a numerator and this 7 as the denominator. So like this we will convert this improper fraction into the mixed fraction. Now suppose we have to convert this mixed fraction into the improper one. Then how we will convert? We will just multiply this denominator with the whole, that is 7 into 1, and now we will add then the numerator, that is 6, divided by the denominator only, that will be 7 ones are 7 plus 6 by 7, that will give you 13 upon 7 again. To convert the mixed fractions into the improper one, we can generalize a formula like this. Denominator will be multiplied by whole and then we will add that to the numerator and that whole will be divided by denominator only. Okay, so that was it for the types of fractions. Now we will talk about like and unlike fractions. What are the like fractions? Like fractions are those fractions which have same denominator. I repeat myself, which has same denominator. For example, 1 by 15, 2 by 15, 4 by 15 and 8 by 15. Here we can easily see that these fractions are having same denominator. Now we will talk about unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are those fractions where we have different denominators. Different denominators. For example, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4 and 4 by 5. Here we can easily see that these fractions are having different denominators. After like and unlike fractions, we will discuss about the equivalent fractions. But before discussing about the equivalent fractions, first we will talk about the reduction of fractions. That means we will see here that how these fractions we will take it to the lowest form. For example, if I take 10 by 15, so here first we will write the factors of 10. What are the factors? Factors are those tables in which 10 comes, like table of 1, table of 2, table of 5 and table of 10. Now we will write the factors of 15, 1, 3, 5 and 15. Now after writing these factors, what we will do, we will just look for common factors. Like here 5 is the common factor for 10 and 15. So now we will divide this 10 and 15 by 5 only. As 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So this will be 10 and 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10 and 5 threes are 15. So it will be like this. Now we will cut this numerator and write 2 and cut this denominator and write 3. So we will get the lowest form of 10 by 15 as 2 by 3. Similarly, we can take another example like 4 by 8. Here the factors of 4 will be 1, 2 and 4 and the factors of 8 will be 1, 2, 4 and 8. Here again we can see that 4 is the common factor of 4 and 8. So we will cut this 4 and 8 by 4. 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. And here the lowest form of this 4 by 8 is 1 by 2. Now we will talk about the last topic of this class, that is equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions are those fractions where we have same ratio. I repeat myself, same ratio. For example, we can take 1 by 2, 3 by 6, 4 by 8 and 5 by 10. Now if we look closely at 1 by 2, it is at the lowest form. But if I talk about 3 by 6, it is not in the lowest form. So first we will take this 3 by 6 in the lowest form and we will divide this 3 and 6 by the same factor, that is 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. Same we will do with 4 by 8. 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. Same we will do with 5 by 10. 5 ones are 5 and 5 twos are 10. Now look at these fractions. If we talk about the lowest form of these fractions, we are having 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 only. That means these fractions are having same ratio. Okay, that was all about equivalent fractions. We will meet again in the next class. Thank you all for watching.